Guys around here I could have picked to come up and pin me tonight, but I prayed about it and God put it on my heart to have the last man to come into this facility to come up and pin me tonight, because he's the most important person in this facility right now. So during lunch today, I talked to Dave and asked him would he come and pin me, that it would be an honor for him to come and pin me tonight, because he's the most important person in the house right now. And he said yes. Amen. So I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much.
Again, I apologize. Come on up. Yes, yes. There we go. We're going to make this happen. Thank you, Lord.
God is good. It took me a long time to earn this, guys. It took me a long time to earn it. I'm watching every day.
See, God is good. Reasons why things happen.
I get ready to wrap. I do have something I want to say to you guys, a speech. I'm just going to go freestyle with it. The race is not given to the swift. The race is not given to the swift. In high school, about 20-something years ago, back in the early 90s, I was All-American track and cross-country runner. One of the best in the nation coming out of high school. All kind of accolades in the paper. Running against some of the best track athletes and cross-country athletes in the world. I still have high school records. I'm a state champion. I then went on to college, and my first 2 years of college, I was All-American track and just doing great things. So at the age of 17, my life was set, I thought. I was going to become this great track runner. I was going to make the 1996 Olympic team in Atlanta, Georgia. That was my goal. And if you ask anybody, they would tell you that that's what my destiny was going to be. I was going to go on to be this great track runner. I was going to find me a good wife, get married, and just have this great life. But God had other plans. Amen. My sophomore year in college, right before the national championships, we had a bunch of jocks on the campus. We normally would be traveling to different places, but we had a lot of people on campus, and when we had that, we would get together and have friendly competition. So we would play basketball or go play soccer and other sports. And this particular day, we decided that we would play football. So my little bitty self was up there trying to play football with guys twice my size. And what happened was, tried to tackle a guy, and he fell on my ankle and popped my ankle. So that was the end of my track career. I did try to rehab. You know, I did compete in some more meets and things of that nature, but I never did get anything close to world-class level like I had been before in my life. So I was devastated because I didn't have a backup plan. I just thought I was going to be a runner, find my wife, and do the dang old thing. But God had other plans. So in that, I went out and I became rebellious. And instead of running on the track, I started hanging around suspect people, places, and things. And I started running in the streets. I can remember selling drugs. And I had this young man that I called myself trying to show him the ropes and everything. And I can remember sitting in front of the building where we would sell our drugs at, and I can remember this beat up guy coming down the way because he wanted some drugs. And all he had was about $7 worth of change and a couple of loose ones, you know. And I humiliated that man right in front of everybody that was out there. You know, I told him, man, get up out of here. Don't come around here with that type of money. And I ended up giving him the drugs that he wanted, but I humiliated that man in front of everybody. And as he walked off into the darkness with the drugs, I looked to the young man that I called myself mentoring, and I told him, I'll never be like that. That'll never happen to me. How can people get like that? Which leads me to believe you better be careful what you say it never happened to you. And you better be careful how you talk about people out here. Because none of us in this room are exempt from anything like that happening. I learned a real life lesson that day. A real life lesson. Because not too many moons after that, I was that man walking off into the darkness with my drugs, humiliated, head down, like a clown, like John said. Because the drug dealer, the dope man, humiliated me in front of everybody. After that, I ran and I ran and I ran. I continued running. I ran in the streets. I ran from people that I owed money to. I ran from God because I did grow up in a household that showed me who God was. And I did have a relationship with him back in the days. But I was running from people in the streets, like I said, running from the cops, Popo, running from my family, that all they wanted to do was get me back on the right track. So in essence, I went from track to crack. And it happened just like that. Many, many years that I spent getting high and running the streets. When I was about 15, 16 years ago, I lost my son, and that was devastating to me. Yeah, that was devastating to me. I lost my son about 15 years ago, and I went on a rampage. I was out there just all over the place. About 15 years ago, Tiger Woods, he won the Masters in golf. And if anybody knows anything about Masters, it's like the Super Bowl of golf. It's like, it's a big deal. And after that, he had many years, about the last 15 years of struggle. You know, he was cheating on his wife, lost his wife, messed his marriage up. He had all kind of health issues, crashed his car, knocked his teeth out, all kind of mental issues. And all through that, he was trying to make a comeback, but he kept falling short. The media, they ridiculed him, social media, they beat him up. They just humiliated him. And all through that, he was trying to make a comeback. But they kept beating him up, kept beating him up. He lost his endorsements with Nike and other Fortune 500 companies that had his back. They didn't have his back anymore. He lost all of that. Well, if you've been following sports, we know that just a few months ago, he won the Masters. After everybody had beat him up for all those years, he'd come back and his father had a green coat for him, the Masters. They give you a green coat if you win. So if you study the book, the good book, Joseph got a coat from his father of many colors. Today, I stand up here with my coat on, a blue coat, which symbolizes victory from my master, because the master had a plan for me.
Come on.
And he had a plan for me. So in that, At the beginning of this message, I said the race is given to the swift. But I had to finish that. Some of y'all already know what that is. See, I was fast in track. I was fast in the streets. But the race isn't given to the swift.
That's right.
It's given to the one that endures to the end. It is given to the one that endures to the end. So, to my fellas out here, y'all already know how I feel about you, because every time I get up, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you one more again. I love you. Each and every one of you guys. I want the best for you. Keep running your race. It's your race. It's no matter how fast you go, it just go in the right direction with God. Amen?
Amen.
To the majors, I want to say thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. Great sermons. Danny, you already know we talked earlier. Thank you for getting me here. Miss Major, glad to see you. Kathy, my counselor, you're the best counselor in the world. Ken, looking over my resume. Where'd Ken go? Oh, there he is. All right, good dog. And just to everybody out here, the whole staff and everybody, I just want to say thank you guys, and God bless. Oh yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Families Against Narcotics. That's the group that is responsible for getting me here on today. Thank you very much. You guys rock.
And we got a little gift, something you can take with you, but we want to show you. Because I know you were asking about it. Here we go.
Wow.
Play in the lower left. All right. Good play.
Hit the play. Hit the play.
By the truck.
Screen.
There you go. Yep, that one. There you go.
We need a double screen.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I can ride a Harley, but I can't. Even a hatchback. No matter with my wild kids, he's always on time. Like we have a lady. Jesus is my chauffeur. I can hit the highway, cruise the city street, catch me on the dirt road. I'm rolling to the gym, no matter with my wild kids, he's always on time. Like we have a lady.
Jesus is my chauffeur.
I was doing all the drugs. Now I'm in that AOC with all the love. Shit in a home life, no more playing with the scrubs. Right now I'm trying to kill it. I squash it like a bug. Come on, if you want, but today I'm not blind. Stay in my place, look at my phone on the inside. I used to call around me, never help nobody. Never ever something me, type of guy, this going around, always had a crowd. You sold up, you shut it down. Well, I make my way, but I've been through the big town. Come on, hit that end, and I was looking like a clown. I had a vision on, I'm moving on with my life. Got a new attitude, and I'm on for the fight. Come on, I got a plan, I know this plan is right. Jesus, take the wheel, I'm rolling shot, running late. Hey, I can ride a Harley, but I'm a Cadillac. Keep on in my pickup, and I had that. No matter what my wild is, it's always on time, every hour, baby. Jesus is my chauffeur. Hit the highway, but through the city street, makes me on the dirt road. We're rolling to the beat, no matter what my route is. He's always on time, every hour, baby. Jesus is my chauffeur. Keep on navigating, come on, out into the word, for the things that refresh. Yeah, I'm altar, and all the things I confess. He opens up my door and takes me home to get blessed. Now make one turn, he lives a path to success. Jesus is my chauffeur, I say it with my chest. Change my walk, talk, the way I dress. So when I pull up, this
A chauffeur. Jesus is my chauffeur.
Got love for his trouble. This guy had plans like Brady in the hut. I heard the giant showed up. They even had a slingshot. They know he took one stone to make the Philistines drop. Sodom and Gomorrah got burned up their pocket. They're laying their own with. But he saved life. He can change the whole direction. Right on the spot. Fast and furious. Just like the rock. I saw on the road to the baskets in the sun. Like Jonah in that fish when they threw him off the yacht. They usually go pop like Drake. They started from the bottom to the top. Hey, to all my guys on the dock, swoop room with the desk in the kitchen with a mop. With all the rest of the stuff back there, get the Generac spot. Hey, I can ride a Harley, I drive a Cadillac. Pull up in my pickup, keep it a hatchback. I'm ladder with my route is. He's always on time if you haven't made it.
Jesus is my chauffeur. Jesus is my chauffeur. Jesus is my chauffeur. Jesus is my chauffeur.
We like to, someone can take a picture. Come on, go on one side. I don't know if Jesus is and the chauffeur manual is right here.
All right.